All right, round number 5. It is a tied series. So here we go, folks. Aliens in the north. That's Titus in warehouse with the Marines down in shipping. They're going to go ahead and do a 3-1 split up south tunnels, while the aliens look to be doing 3-1 themselves in the opposite directions.
It's always an interesting sight to see the alien commander get out of the chair and actually get involved in the combat. You'll always see him going first because you want him to die first. Tunnels are being used to get the infestation up as early as possible, and Versal will be respawning in a second to start building those harvesters. This is what the aliens are thinking about right now. Already losing a couple of their guys, and they did take out dams early, but overall, Snails have pushed up, got a couple of extractors going very easily, and not much of a response from the aliens.
Yeah, I like the play though from Golden coming up from behind here from South Tunnels where he started. They delayed observation from getting built a little soon. Gorgeous is now here at Mezzanine. No Gorge Tunnel down. He's got to be really careful not to overextend right there. And I can sure as hell bet you're going to see a Gorge Tunnel go down here in Mezzanine.
There it is. It's looking alright. Snails pushing in. Titus going for a full harvester attempt. But they've got a big defense for this. 3 Marines, but they've got a lot of skulks. Versal as well.
Well played.
Perfect cleanup.
Yeah, well
Perfect
played.
Cleanup.
It's totally worth losing a couple skulks in that situation in order to give yourself plenty of time to build up the defenses around Mezzanine. And now you've cleared their whole right side, and it's just one guy going to make his way up in North Tunnel.
4 Marines dead with only 1 IP. It's going to cost you big time.
Yeah.
Map control is going to be hard. Signic with a 1v1 onto Heracles. He takes him. That's still 4 Marines dead with 1 IP. The queue is getting longer and longer. Only Ray alive on the map as the Marine right now. It's a really big deal. Only 1 Marine on the map right now. Now there's 2 with a commander. Any Marine that dies right now is not coming back for a very long time. And they're finally getting that second IP up. But it's that's really cost them. They'll lose 1 or 2 extractors from that.
Well, it definitely delays Weapons 1, which they like to get pretty quick. Weapons 1 and Armor 1 are almost right away from these guys on the Snails team. So Snails is starting to come back into this with that second IP coming online. They're going to lose Repair Room right here, as Rantology is going to finish that off before Kingo and Dams can come around the corner. Also working now to get Elevator up, but the aliens now on 4 Harvesters, nothing in ore.
In ore. I don't think anyone's been in ore this game, unfortunately. Logistics is up, full HP. Observation has taken some damage. The aliens should be aware of that, and they should try to get a skulk through as early as possible. Eagle Eye and Ray trying to tap Mezzanine. Signic and Gorgeous got a pretty solid defense there. Dams takes out a skulk just in that north tunnel section. Heracles coming in to back him up. Most of the Marines are parasited right now, so the aliens should not be too surprised by any of this. They should be able to clean up and make some smart decisions based on all this, and we're finally seeing those lurks coming up, just at the 3-minute mark. Golden doing it within a combat area, but he's safe there, which is nice to see. And Kingo won't be taking out any lurks this game, whilst they're in their eggs.
Absolutely, the lurks are going to immediately move towards Warehouse, clean up Dams and Heracles, with the support of Versal and Joshi there, almost instantly, and it actually... Okay, for a second I thought they had gone 3 lurks, and Signic! Woo-hoo-hoo! Signic getting caught in the crossfire from 2 Marines there. Luckily gets back to the hive to heal, as the Marines have now pushed up to ore, sitting on 5 extractors themselves, now dropping an armory back at Marine start.
Aliens are playing too defensively. They're worrying about ore processing with a lot of their aliens, when really there's a lot of extractors that are undefended that they could take on as well. Repair Room Logistics, there's still no harassment there, and Joshi had to go to alone, I think it was Joshi here, to observation. There needs to be more people go into these extractors. Snails up to 6. It's not good enough, you've got to be on top of that. Ore processing is a simple one to take down, it's just a matter of time, but there's the other ones that are more difficult, but you've got to get there. Logistics and observation.
Yeah, especially with the Marines starting down south, you can't allow them to hold logistics and observation without having to rebuild them once or twice. I mean, it's just, it's too easy res at that point.
Yeah, and it means every time the Marines spawn, they'll push straight north. They won't ever go to the sides, which means they're more aggressive, which makes it even harder to push. It's a strong defense to actually push those extractors. Don't know what they're whining about, but it looks like the Lurks are doing a pretty good job. They're being a little bit risky. Golden just escapes 10%. He's a couple of pistol shots from death. But the 4 Harvesters is sorting Titus out. They're going to be on those fades, you know, in a pretty good spot. Probably the 7-minute mark.
Ooh, early second hive, 4-minute hive. And it's dropped in server and nobody nearby to do anything about it. Well-placed whips at mezzanine. Clean up over here in ore again. And they're going to cap ore, which is going to give them 5 harvesters. Someone needs to be going down the left side and crushing res, though. Gorgeous overextending a little bit there. Golden cleaning up with Sicknick. And Titus just really seems to be taking away at the moment. But that's all about the change. Weapons 2 and shotguns both on the docket for the upgrade list here. And that's going to be a nasty situation once that comes to be.
Yeah, I mean, the Titus are playing the slow mezzanine. Somehow, this amazing structure they've set up, really making it impossible for the Marines to push that, especially with the Gorge helping. And now the Gorge is working on that hive, and it's still difficult for the Marines to push that. So it looks pretty solid that that hive will succeed, even before the fades come up, which is really nice. No biomass and no metabolites for them, unfortunately. But it means they may be able to get that triple veil up, which should help the fades up a lot.
So he'll go for biomass now, which means they'll be at biomass 3 by the time that hive finishes. It's a pretty comfortable spot to be in. Ready to, you know...
Golden goes down.
Holding as many harvesters as they do. Wow!
Jesus. Oh, what the fuck? Ray took him? He took him with a jump shot! Wow.
I missed that. I clicked around trying to find it.
It was incredible, sorry. It was enough processing. Golden escaping from repair room with about 10%, and Ray was there in position. Takes him down to 1%, and I thought Golden escapes. He gets taken out in the very last frame that Ray had to see him. Unbelievable, and that's really going to hurt Golden's feelings.
The benefit to these 2 Marines, Ray and Dams over here on Ore. Ore is the, yay if we get it, but doesn't really matter. So, you know, it's kind of great that the Marines keep pressuring that. They're trying to get power up in hub right now so they can get a gate going. Weapons 2 and shotguns are done now, but they're going to lose repair. Ore is very low. Somebody needs to get down to ore. Elevator hasn't even really been touched. And the gate is up, but the fades are now out at 6 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yes, this is going pretty well for Titus. I feel like they're playing a little bit sloppily, but I've got to be honest, in round 3, their fades were so impressive that this stage of the game should be a very strong stage for Titus. They got the 5 harvesters, they got those fades up, Sickner goes down, I think they can afford that. Hive defense right
and now they've seen the hive.
It's built, it's defended by Joshi. It's a 1v1, Joshi can take this, he needs to play a little bit carefully, but if he aims well, no, gorgeous, wow, good shot. Phase gating hub, that's a big tough one for the aliens, it means high aggression into platform, you can see what that's achieving right now. Only 1 fade in position here, they've actually got a 1-1 split with those fades. Umbra has started, but I love it. Early Umbra with the fades is going to make such a big difference, and Leap as well.
Robo's done in hub, which means they're going to go for the arcs, but they're only on 4 extractors, and one of them's hurt pretty bad, so they've got to really watch their res here. Golden choosing to go Gorge, and Biobomb is done. Umbra being researched along with Leap, like you said, and they're even going to put down sentry batteries.
Don't have metabolize, but that Bile-Bomb's really going to help with the sentries coming up, and maybe they predicted it. Maybe they predicted the arcs, but it's really going to help to have that Bile-Bomb in place early on. And the Umber as well. The amount of stuff they'll achieve with the Umber helping the fades. These fades were very hard to kill in round 3. With Umber as well, this is a tough one for the Marines. They've got weapons 2 shotguns, so they're not in too bad a spot. And if they can replace all processing, they'll be working on weapons 3 soonish. Unless they prioritize those arcs quite a lot.
They've got to break a skulk through, like really bad. Sicknick needs to be on res. They cannot afford to let the Marines get away with the res here like they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, elevator transfer and observation. Aliens almost have control of the corridor there.
Go!
Wow, big engagement. Fades are very high HP. Lurk is still using Umbra. Everyone retreats though.
Yeah, you let them worry about hub. I mean, just let them be in hub. Get that skulk through. You know, that was where the skulk needed to go. Gorgeous did not need to be engaging in there. I mean, yes, it would have been great to take those guys down, but him taking down that Resno and observation and even elevator transfer would have been so much bigger.
They almost broke them. Those 2 last Marines had a lot of HP. They did a lot of damage just at the end there. They almost toppled hub. The sentries will be the last little bit of hope for those guys, but beyond that, a second phase getting hub. Vessel's done this before in a very similar scenario as well. Second phase getting hub.
Smart move. Forces you to take the power down. Buddy's got the battery there, so he can power surge if he wants to. Rantology getting kind of caught on that block, and down goes Sicknick as he lurks again. And I think they just need to sorry, I'm going to say it over and over again. Stop dealing with Hub. Let them be distracted by Hub. You got Gorgeous broke through. He took down Obs. He's taking down ET. You know, let them be distracted. Get the rest of it. Clear down the left side. You know, let them spend all their money in Hub. You can defend in North Tunnels with the life forms you have.
Yeah, their failed push into Hub was a mistake. There was too many Marines there, and it was just going to be impossible to win that, especially with the double phase gate. The Gorge lost his life, and the Lurk as well, which means the Umbra disappeared, which meant they could push into Mezzanine, and now they're using that as bait to try and secure a Fade kill. If they don't even manage that, they'll just take the room. Either way, they've succeeded with Mezzanine. Luckily, they've dealt with elevator transfer a little bit, and they took observation down. But I mean, it needs to be a priority. They're doing it, though. I won't even say it. They're doing it. That's great.
Alright, so they've cleared logistics. They're clearing repair. Marines are going to be down to 3 extractors. They just rebuilt observation.
Nice one.
And they're going for base. I think this is a great move.
No sentries in base.
No sentries in base. Pull the commander out of the chair, which means no med packs. But again, it's just a distraction. They get through. Now they can hit Obs again. Golden over on Obs. They're rebuilding out and ore processing, which is going to be done here in just a second.
The res harassment they just accomplished, you can see the breath of fresh air it's giving Titus. Upgrades, harvest is coming up, infestation is being spread, and it's just wonderful for them to have now finally killed some extractors and forced these Marines to defend. Eagle Eye, King Yo, and Heracles all in a defensive position, and now they've got the Fates cleaning them up one by one. Rentology shouldn't have too hard a time taking on King Yo, although he's very good with that shotgun. She's at least slowing him down. Gorgeous going to back him up. This is great. Separate the Marines by going for the res, and now Hub is undefended. And if you had a Gorge in there, he could be doing so much damage. And that's exactly how you play this game.
Sicknick taking down Ray up in North Tunnels. Double Marine pressure into Mezzanine as they're trying to cap this for their own. The double phase gate pressure in Hub is going to be very strong to beat. But we've got Golden coming out as Lurk again with Umbra in hand. 2 Veils on hand. And they're going to try to clean up here in Repair Room. Sicknick trying to get the kill. Just doesn't happen.
I feel like the aliens need to take back Mezzanine, because with Mezzanine they can finally get skulked through to elevator transfer and observation without it. There's too many extractors up and they will struggle to get anyone through and harass that right hand side. With Mezzanine they make it very difficult for the aliens. Repair Room's alright, they can go through the left hand side to clear those extractors. That's all good there. It's Mezzanine they need to worry about right now. And there's only 2 Marines here, they just need to consolidate this. They've done it, Rentology's crippled this room, it's vulnerable. Ray's coming in to try and back up.
Yeah, if they can clear this right now, they can take these arcs, and that would be a huge blow to the Marines at this point. And in comes the Biobomb, killing the Marine shotguns. And Joshi working on that shotgun as well. Golden's going to go ahead and retreat. They do save their arcs. But it was a good cleanup.
There's 4 Marines they've invested in that position. The rest of the map is undefended, and there needs to be one skulk punishing that.
Yeah, you're only, and now they're just getting them back with the sentries, dropping another battery here at the entrance, kind of just trying to pinch them in, giving them nowhere to go. Arcs rolling out from Hub, trying to take down Ore. King Yo goes down. Now they're all here in Hub. The power node's what they need to go for. And that's exactly what's going to happen with the Umbra. And the Marines are all out of place. I like the use of hallucinations.
Yeah, should try and distract these Marines, waste as many shotgun blasts as possible. Sicknick comes in late, that Gorge, but he's just about survived. The power node is down, the phase gates are crippled. I think the sentries are still active, but they can clean these Marines up, they're doing it. They've almost crippled them. 2 Marines left, at shotguns. Joshi goes in, he's half HP, but he's taken some good damage.
Golden goes down.
Unfortunately, they lose the Umbra resource, but Rantology's full HP, she can take them. Oh,
well, they can rebuild the power easily enough. You know, it's only one guy. Rantology's right there. They got the one guy coming in from South Tunnels right now. They're going to easily take Dams down.
Right, but they know North Tunnels, South Tunnels. Sorry, there's Marines going to be pouring through in a second. Unfortunately, they lost the Gorge, and he would have been doing so much damage right now if they hadn't lost him. I think it's acceptable, and the 2 Fates here can maybe take this fight. It's risky.
They got to be really careful with those sentries.
Yeah, hallucinations are helping a lot. Wow. Sentries. They need to clear these sentries and Mezzanine as well, because they're completely undefended. And Snails are sitting on 6 extractors the whole time the Titus are winning those engagements. They still have the res advantage because of the res towers.
And up goes the Robo again in Hub. Power now up again, but only the 1 phase gate. They'll probably leave it at the 1 phase gate. And they're blocking the north tunnel doorway. They really want to get those arcs over in this situation. But you're giving the aliens too much time because Gorgeous now has Onos res. And they could crush this with the Onos, as it's only Web 2 and Armor 2 is not out yet.
Yeah, that armory wall is pretty damn good. It's going to deny the Onos a little bit on that north tunnel section. The sentries won't stop him. In mezzanine, if they go that route, he will succeed crushing that mezzanine. They'll take it back, and I think that needs to be the aliens' priority, is take mezzanine back. The Marines will definitely come across and try and defend it, and that will slow down the north tunnel's push, which is inevitable. But I think they need to take mezzanine back before they can achieve anything.
They need to do something. They need to do it now because they cannot afford for this to happen. North tunnel's gate. Look at them. Sorry. Look at them clear these guys in North Tunnels. Eagle Eye hiding behind the door.
So we got the server room. Hive is actually just being shot by Ray with his rifle, slowly going down. Alien lifeforms going for the power node in Hub, but there's a lot of Marines shooting at these guys, and they need to be careful. Fade's going a little bit low, but there's so much going on. Hallucinations and scans. Some good damage from the shotgunners, and they're cleaning up a little bit. The power node has gone down. Gorgeous has somehow managed to stay alive to clean that. And there's a lot of Marines dead. The phase gates are gone, but the North Tunnel actually is still up, of course. They need to grind that right now.
The North Tunnel gate is still up, but look at that. The Bile Bomb doing exactly what they needed it to do. Down goes the sentry. Down goes the battery. And now they overwhelm the North Tunnels, and this is going to be really bad for the Snails.
So I really think Umbra helped in that. Sorry, Aura. We've got Aura on these two fades, which helps them spot out the Marines that are specifically low HP, hunt them, and take them out first.
But they don't have any Veils, so do we?
Oh. Wow, yeah, I'm wrong. Oh well.
So they've opted to recycle everything in Hub. They've got a cache of stuff set up here in Mezzanine, and this is a great opportunity for the aliens to take this as the Onos rolls through Hub on his way down south. And they've got to be careful not to lose him right here.
All 5 Marines coming through South Tunnel to try and take Hub back. Bile Bomb spamming on that choke point, really helping Gorgeous. This is a bad room for the Onos.
Oh, Joshy.
Fades all these fades. The Onus is invested, that's GG. They're going to lose all their Marines and all their shotguns.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And they forced him out.
I thought the Onus had that. He was right there.
He was low. You know, he didn't really have any armor left. I think it was the wise move for him to get out of there. But, you know, they're going to try to get this gate up in North Tunnels, but without the Robo there, I mean, they're just really not in a good position. And now this is when a Skulk really needs to be working on repair room. Logistics isn't getting rebuilt. They feel that it's more important for them to hold the North Tunnel, so they're going to keep reinforcing that, ignoring their res around the map. And now they're just getting overwhelmed at each point.
Yeah, the whole time, Snails still have the res advantage. 5 extractors is a really good amount. It easily allows you to afford those med packs in the phase gates, which is what they're losing at the moment. Still working through on shotguns. It's a pretty good amount of P-res coming in. That's why you need to go for mezzanine first in some ways, because they still got that res up. They still have mezzanine up the whole time. A Skulk could have been on that. Like, they've been completely distracted. Elevator transfer and observation as well. These are res towers that one Skulk could have just done his duty on. And it could have made a really big difference on the res scenario.
You cannot take 4 level 2 anything.
Weapons 3. Weapons 3 will be started any second now. That's really going to change the scope of this game.
Yeah, but they're going to overwhelm here before the gate can even go up again. Taking down the shotgun first, wise move there. Then they're going to turn around and take the power out, and that's 2 vital rooms without power. Not much they can do. They're trying to get the gate up in mezzanine. But it's just rifles. And I love the hallucination play.
Seems to be distracting the sentries. I don't really know for sure. Yeah, it is.
Oh, God.
It's all fake.
Hallucinations.
Anthology's tanking the sentries. It's going down slowly. Again, Snails losing their map control, but because they have the extractors, it's affordable. It's not really working long term. Like, eventually it'll slow down and they'll get overtaken. But if they can still hold these 5 extractors whilst they're getting beaten back, they'll be alright. They'll replace the phase. There's the weapons 3, and they've got 35 T-res spare. It's a lot of money.
Oh, Skulk, for the love of God, get through onto the res. You gotta take this away so that they don't feel like they can come back in this situation. But Snails not letting that happen. Doing whatever they feel is necessary to hold these locations. You can see they've got that phase gate dropped in Hub again. The power is being rebuilt. In comes Gorgeous. Everybody kind of focus on him, pulling them off the power, but the power is now going to go up. And they've spotted that the gate's been dropped. What do you do?
Cat packs. I'm staggered the amount of the fewness, the scarcity of cat packs we've been seeing. Brios is taking a 1v1 in his base. Signic, there's no Marine Commander right now.
Yeah, it means no med packing. Rantology, got to be a little bit careful there. The Ono's really out of position right now. So I like the harassment play here and there. Golden.
So as I was saying, cat packs have helped so much in these games. Oh, it looks like Golden's going down.
Oh, that was a waste.
The cat packs are so good against the Onos. And it's one of the few things the Marines have that makes them able to deal with an Onos really, really effectively. Other than just outnumbering him.
So here we go.
Taking the Skulk as well.
Robo again.
Yeah, and we're back to where we were a couple of minutes ago because they didn't deal with the res. Although there is a slight advantage to the aliens now, I suspect, with the P-res having been pulled in the entire time, but it's undeniable that the Marines are still in a pretty good position. Weapons 3 is almost finished.
I love how there is a hallucination chasing the... or sentry. Attacking the sentry. One Marine in server. They recycle everything in hub again. Everything. Joshy coming in to clear up dams. Down he goes. Yeah. I mean, at the same point,
he's risking it.
They've got to be doing something here too. The aliens need to find a way to just kind of end this. And I think a big part of that is, well, one, not losing Gorgeous right there. Well-timed bone wall. It's okay that Sicknick died there. Really it is. Because you did not want to lose Gorgeous.
I'm telling you now, if they'd unlocked cat packs when I'd said that, the Onus would be dead. There's no way around it. They're floating so much D-res. They could get armor 3 if they wanted. It's not necessary. Cat packs are better than armor 3. They've got plenty of T-res. Again, pulling on this point that we've been saying all day long. Get on elevator transfer and observation.
Yeah, there's no reason why. Elevator transfer has been sitting at 45% and observation at 46% for the last 3 minutes. Come on, guys. You could take both those down.
There's only one reason Snails are still in this, and it's the res.
Yeah.
And they'll be working on another upgrade or an arc section, and eventually, wow, double phase getting pushed to the base.
I didn't like that play at all.
Okay, well, we got the people on the extractors now. Titus have taken a res advantage. 6 harvesters. Snails have been a little bit. The focus has been a little bit small. Sat in hub now with the 2 phase gates, and it's a little bit slow paced. And
armory block on the power.
This is the wrong way round. We saw Versal do this, but this is Snails doing it. Let's see. Fascinating. Yeah, the double phase gating hub is very hard to break, but the aliens have done it by going for the power node, but they've replaced that with an armory in front of the power node now. So that strategy is now a lot more difficult. So clearly Snails are learning. But there's not just learning to be done, there's harvesters to take on. Finally, Titus have put Snails down to 3 extractors. They've got a really big res advantage, but they've already purchased all the upgrades they would need, so that's becoming a little less of a factor for Titus. It's Snails that need the res.
You got 4 Marines out. Looks like Gorgeous coming in and doing a little bit of damage here and there. They're actually doing some damage to him. Chasing him down. Joshy going to come in from behind. That's 2 easy kills right there. And the first arcs begin to roll out of that arc factory, just chilling here.
Got Golden Sing and Sicknick as well, meeting up, taking on that extract. This is it, and
third hive
so
dropped.
Easy now. Titus will win this game now.
Yeah.
Third hive, the Marines will have to focus on weird arc pushes to warehouse, recapping all their stuff and defending against these skulks.
They
and
know
trying to
there's
deal with
a hive.
repair them as well. It's too much. Snails won't be able to deal with all of this. Gorgeous needs to be careful. Again, though, we're kind of seeing these owners not really achieve anything because they're being a little bit defensive. And I suppose sometimes it's the right play. You don't want to lose your owners.
Well, Rantology's got enough. Joshy's got enough. I mean, at what point do you just do the Tronos attack yourself and, ditch your fades and just get someone to go lurk with you? I mean, Gorgeous is almost, Sicknick's 2 res ticks, or, yeah, two ticks away from lurk again.
Yeah, I think Titus finally can afford to be defensive and rest now. The res is on their side. Actually, but that's, again, they don't really need res that much. Like, P-res is kind of cool, but you've already got the life forms. You can win the game if you want right now, and extra res is just kind of a safety net, but you're giving Snails the opportunity to unlock some extra stuff that could win them the game, like arcs. So it's not necessarily in Titus' best interest to sit with the 6 Harvester advantage. Not at all.
Now you've got Ink going off. You've got your Lurk back up. You've got Sicknick as Gorge. Pause.
Snails checking out the pings. There's no one technically disconnected just yet.
Pings look average. Who paused? Oh.
I think Heracles was joking. So right now you've got the Arcs pounding the hive in the north, but it's not going to last long with the push coming in. Gorgeous, the Onos, he's invested. Hallucinations trying to distract. Kingo's going down, Heracles.
Oh, Rentology!
Oh, wow.
Man, Heracles just had her right in the sights there. Good shot onto her. But now she'll go Onos as well. Sicknick taking out those Arcs. I mean, they've got no play here.
Yeah, because they haven't been able to focus. They've had to have recappers. They've had to worry about repair them a little bit. They're trying to get the arcs going, but it's not good enough. The second, yeah, you're right. Rentology's going with that second Onos, which I think is all they'll need. They may go 3 Onos. Could do. Not necessary, but see.
Yeah, Rentology going Onos. No Crag up in Warehouse. A little surprised by that, I guess. Golden working on the Resno down logistics. One Kingo making his way over to server room.
He's going to find a couple of Veils.
Yeah, he's going to go for those Veils.
The Onos want to deal with it.
Onos should not be the one to respond to that, no.
Yeah. They're going for Hub anyway. They're going to ignore the Veils.
Yeah.
Repair him's finished anyway.
This is the bigger
Onos,
play.
They've got plenty of health. This is an easy fight for them. Just need to keep cleaning up the Marines. Easy fight. They're all at full HP. You can see on the right, only Golden's low. He's got a Gorge nearby. Snail's response. Kingo continuing to pull the upgrades. They're going to be respawning soon. Heading through the phase gate, I guess, because they've still got 2 of them left. But the power node is down. And that's GG. I think that's finally it for Snails.
Well, they don't look to be giving up.
Okay. I mean, you've still got Weapons 3. You don't want to necessarily give up when you've got Weapons 3, because you can still win. It's enough damage to clear the Onos, but it's tough. They've still got 4 Extractors.
Well, Titus has also got to have an end game here. They've got to do something to put the pressure back on the Marines and not allow them to just walk in and take Hub again. And I think it's right here. Just bore on in. Go right for it, guys. Absorb some of that. Get the Umbra heal. Get the Gorge heal. And now here they go. Straight into Marine start. 2 in the spawn queue. They're not going to be able to do much about this. There's only, what, 2 Marines, 3 Marines that are going to come back with this?
Versus called it, he wants them to fight in this. Rentology is 50% HP, but there's only 2 Marines left alive. If they clean up these 2, it's go. It's... Yep. Yep.
Command station taking damage.
Tough day for Snails, taking the first 2 rounds and then losing the next 3.
And I will mention, you know, we are just casters that show up when we are told, and this is a time that was agreed upon by both teams to play this.